my name is the Newbie Warrior, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about sniping in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, my opinions on it so far. As of recording this, I have about 20 hours of playtime in the game so far. I've just about prestiged once. So yeah, we're going to talk about... So the first thing I want to talk about is sniping in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. If you played the beta, you know that it was very, very, very strong. In my opinion, it wasn't extensively strong, where it needed to be nerfed a ton. I felt that maybe one or two small changes, some ADS times being shifted, wouldn't have been a terrible thing. I was on the very conservative end of this. I feel like most people really wanted the snipers to get nerfed very hard. And according to the patch notes that the developers released just before the game came out, they had a post on Reddit, which they called "What We Learned from the Beta," and they basically talked about all of the main changes they made to the game in the day one update. And the number one category of weapons that got hit really hard were sniper rifles. I'm going to go ahead and run through the list of changes really quick before I give my full opinion on sniping in this game, in the final build, post all these nerfs. So the first thing is that they mentioned that bullet spread at the hip is no longer gets smaller as the player is aiming down sight. If you guys didn't know, prior to this change, in Infinite Warfare, the further you got to being all the way aimed down sight, there was a higher percentage of your hip fire cone. It tightened as you got closer and closer to aiming down sight, which allowed what most people call black scoping or half scoping, where you don't really go all the way down sight. You just barely... It's not a no-scope, but it's not quite a quick-scope. And so what they did is they made it so that you have to get all the way aimed down sight before you get any kind of aim down sight advantage to your hip fire. That change I'm actually okay with. I feel like bullet spread from the hip should be random with every weapon category, relatively random, especially assault rifles, sniper rifles, LMGs, and such. So I'm okay with that change. I think that is a very good change. The next thing is that sniper rifle aim assist was reduced slightly for the KBS longbow as well as the Widowmaker. What they wanted here is to just slightly turn down aim assist. In Black Ops 3 we didn't have aim assist, so I'm glad that it's here, but I'm kind of sad they changed it. Sniper class weapons no longer have any aim assist until the optic fully reaches the player's eye. This kind of is in line with the other thing. In addition to the hipfire spread tightening over time, it seems like what they wanted was for the sniper rifles to not have any aim assist until you hit that full scope, which I think is a really interesting thing. I think that nerf is maybe a little bit too much, but then I've been playing the game and have noticed it's been pretty strong anyway. It hasn't affected me too much. And then the other things were the tracking chip optic was improved, which isn't really a big deal. They reduced the bonus of the quick draw attachment, which honestly it still feels pretty fast to me, so I'm okay with this. And they updated sniper rifles to have more flinch when you're getting shot while aiming down sight. I think that's actually a good change. That's an okay change. If you think about it in a realistic term, which I know is kind of ridiculous considering the game that we're playing, but if you were to, you think about the fact that this is a Call of Duty game where, you know, the sniper rifles are going to be the hardest ones to control. If you get shot when you're looking down the scope of a long-barreled rifle, especially with a long-range optic on it, it's going to have major problems. You're going to have a much harder time acquiring targets than you would for, you know, say a submachine gun or an assault rifle. And so, in my opinion, all of these changes were justified. I was surprised to see so many of them. Overall, though, in sniping in the full game, I will say I noticed that there's no aim assist until you're aimed on sight all the way. I noticed there's no scoping has become pretty much very inconsistent. Sort of like it was in Black Ops 3, a little bit more consistent. I'm not really sure why. I feel like the weapons, the sniper rifles are just flat out better in this game in terms of their damage and fire rate, things like that. But honestly, I have to say that I am okay with these changes after playing. I was a little bit nervous after I saw them all, but you can see in my gameplay here, only that first clip was from the beta, which I know it's the best clip, then you're going to be like, well, so it made a big difference. It did make a difference, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say that sniper rifles didn't get nerfed. They did, but it still feels much stronger than Black Ops 3. I love that. I love that sniping's viable. Every gun feels viable in this game. Except for shotguns, maybe. But I'll probably make another video about that. But yeah, I just wanted to make a commentary talking about sniper rifles, my experience with them so far, and I'm enjoying Infinite Warfare. Sniping is still viable, it's still good. Don't be worried about all of the patch notes like I was. And I hope you guys have an awesome time. I would like to go ahead and make a quick shout out to one of my good friends, my cousin, Josiah Waymont. He did the music for my intro, as well as the music behind that first clip. I tend to use pretty much mostly his music in my videos. He's a fantastic artist. Go ahead and check out his SoundCloud, his Facebook page. I'll leave both those in the description below. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a lovely day.